Hi, my name is Lauren Marples and I'm delighted to be guiding you through today's practice and helping you on your splits journey. In today's practice, you might need a couple of blocks, a strap, a blanket and a bolster, or whatever props you like to normally use. So we're going to start on our backs. You might need your strap for this, so just have it nearby. Coming down onto your backs. Taking the feet onto the floor, just bring your feet out as wide as your mat and drop your knees in towards each other. So we're just starting here, relaxing down into your mat. Maybe taking one hand over your tummy, one hand over your heart space. Just allowing yourself to sink down into the floor. So breathing in and out through the nose. We're starting here, starting to arrive, starting to get comfortable, starting to release into the floor, just feeling supported by it. Maybe thanking your mat, thanking the floor underneath you, the earth, for supporting you, for having you and holding you in its nest. So every time we breathe in, we're pushing our tummy towards the sky, maybe feeling that expansion and space being created underneath the palm of your hand. And then exhaling, relaxing and releasing the breath out. Feel yourself drop towards the ground. Let's take a few more. A deep, long breath in through the nose. Exhale, releasing your breath out. Just while you're here, while we're breathing, while we're grounding, maybe starting to think of your intention for today's practice. What would you like to see unfold or feel unfold inside you? What would you like to create? Is there a feeling that you'd like to work towards? That you'd like to plant that seed right now and watch it bloom and blossom over the practice? So thinking about your why, your reason for being here. Thanking yourself for deciding to come, for moving today. And then when you feel ready to, blinking your eyes open, you also can definitely keep your eyes closed for this. And we'll bring our feet underneath the knee, underneath the hip. So in line with the hip, underneath the knee. And then we're going to come into a couple of bridges. So bringing your palms down towards the ground next to your hips. Press your feet into the floor. Inhale, send your hips towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes. And then exhale, drop the hips back down. You might need to adjust your feet. Maybe bringing them closer to you or further away, depending. Inhale, hips towards the sky. And exhale, drop them back down. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Maybe staying here a little bit longer. Imagine that you're trying to push the mat forward with your feet. Starting to really activate through those strong muscles. And then bring the hips back down towards the ground. So we're going to start to bring our right knee towards our right armpit. You can hug it in towards you. You're either going to keep your left knee bent or you might like to straighten it. And then just starting to make some circles with this knee. So perhaps your left hand stays on the knee, or you can bring it down towards that left hip. If you're circling in one direction, just starting to circle in the other direction. Take a breath in. On your exhale, open your knee out towards the right side. So option to keep your right knee bent, or maybe you're using your strap, or you're bringing your fingers around your big toe, or even holding on to the inside or the outer arch of your foot as you press your heel away. Keeping your sit bones towards the ground, you might like to drop your leg down towards the floor, towards the ground. And then on your next inhalation, push your foot into your hand or push your knee into your hand. Bring the leg back to center. We're going to keep it overhead this time. So either holding on to the back of your calf with your hands or using your strap around the foot. We're bringing our toes towards the head or towards the back of the head. Mostly with the strength of the leg, but you can use your hands as well. Relax your shoulders down. Continuing to breathe, well done. And then relax that right leg. So you're bringing the knee, bending it. This time holding on with your left hand, bring your right hand out towards the side. We'll come into a twist. Take a breath in. And then exhale, guide your knee across the body towards the left side of your mat, keeping your right shoulder on the floor. Nice and slowly. You might like to look over your right shoulder, or maybe you're continuing to look up towards the sky, using the hand to help guide the knee across the body towards the opposite side of your mat. Breathing into it as you let go. And then inhale back to center. Drop your right foot towards the ground. Lift your left leg up towards your armpit. Bend your left knee. You can hug the left knee in towards you. And then there, we're either keeping our right knee bent or straightening it down. Just making some circles with this left knee this time. Maybe your right hand stays where it is, or bringing it again onto that right hip. So taking some circles in one direction. And then whenever you feel ready to, you can circle in the opposite direction. Well done. From here, take a breath in. On your breath out, open your left knee out towards the side. So maybe you'd like to start off by keeping the knee bent, or continuing to keep the knee bent. And if it feels good, or if it feels like something you'd like to do, or if you tried it on the last side, you're starting to straighten that left leg out. So either holding on to the foot with your hand or using your strap, opening that left heel away from the body, pressing your left heel out. Relax the shoulders. Keep your right hip pressed towards the ground as well. Right shoulder towards the ground. You got it. Continuing with that breath. Using your inhales to create length. Using your exhale to soften and relax into the floor. And then let's come back with the left leg back to center. Breathing in. Swap hands. Left hand comes out, right hand comes onto the outer left knee, and then we're going to guide it across the body, finding our twist. So you're bringing your left shoulder away from the hip, your left knee away from the hip. So those two joints moving away from that massive joint, that hip joint. Well done. You got it. Settling into this twist, slowly, 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 allowing the body to adjust gradually into it, to settle gradually into it. And then inhale, bend your knees, bring them back to center. Cross your legs or cross your ankles, bring the hands behind the backs of your knees. With a few little lifts of the lower back, we're going to use our strength and momentum to come up into a seated position. Bring ourselves over onto our hands and knees. And then palms flat on the mat. Push your mat forward. Send your hips up towards the sky. Downward dog. Starting to pedal out the legs. Moving your hips from side to side. Maybe nodding your head yes, shaking it no. Well done. And then just bringing the right toes onto your mat. So you're flipping your right foot over, bringing the toes onto the mat. Think ballerina foot. Bring yourself right up onto the left toes as well. So you're pressing up onto your tippy toes of the left foot, while your toenails of the right foot are on the ground. Bringing that juicy stretch into the front of your right foot. Lifting your hips high to the sky. Well done. Bring your tummy towards the tops of your legs by pushing your palms into the mat. And then let's swap. So flip your right toes onto the mat. Left toenails come onto the mat. So top of your left foot. And then bring yourself right up onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Push your tummy towards the tops of your legs again. Relax your head. Well done. And then flip your feet back over. Feet are hip width distance apart. Walk your hands back towards the feet. And then hang over the legs. So bend your knees, relax your head. Maybe ragdoll, hands on your elbows. You might like to sway from side to side. Just swaying from side to side or moving, bobbing back and forth, just creating that looseness through the upper body, through the head, through the neck. Release your hands. Inhale, half lift, hands on your shins, straight spine.
Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees, relax your head, tummy towards the thighs. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Well done. Exhale, folding forward. When you feel ready to, walk your hands forward and find your downward dog again. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart if you move them anywhere else. And then inhale, right leg lifts towards the sky, breathing in, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, bend your right knee. Bring the foot in between the hands. So look forward, step your right foot forward. Back heel is going to stay off the mat. So finding your high lunge with the fingers on the floors. So press into the feet, lift your heart space towards the front knee. Lift it forward, drop through the hips, well done. And then we're going to press heavily into the feet, starting to take your hands off the ground. Keep the position of the legs if you can, and lift your upper body towards the sky. Breathing in, well done. Readjust your feet as needed on your exhale. Bring the left knee, bend it, start to tap it down towards the ground. And then inhale, fire, press up back into our high lunge. Exhale, tap the knee down. Inhale, press up strong into your high lunge again. 2 more times. Come down on your exhale. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, press back up. Lean forward, arrowhead over that right leg. And then we're going to come into warrior 3. So option to keep your hands over your ears or bring them towards your heart space, or even take flight back behind you towards the hips. Starting to bring the left foot closer to the right heel and lift it off the ground. So you can also use your blocks here underneath your hands if you wish. And we're just keeping this left leg really strong, really active. So whether you'd like to point the left toes or flex the left foot, it's up to you. Just keep it straight. Keep the left knee unbent. Press it back. And then we're also trying to lift out of our right hip, particularly if you feel like you're dropping into it, lift out of it. We'll take 2 more breaths like this. Well done. Take a breath in. Step your left foot towards the back of your mat. Toes turn out towards the edge of your mat. Straighten your right leg. Take a breath in. And then sweep your hands back towards the hips as you fold over this right leg. Active pyramid. Chin comes down towards that knee, towards your chest. You're looking towards your right toes. Pull your right hip towards the back of your mat. Press your left foot into the ground as well. Option to keep all 10 toes of the right foot on the ground, or all 5 toes I should say, or you're starting to lift them off the ground and bring it back down. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift the toes off the floor. Exhale, drop them back down. Inhale, lift them off. Well done. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, off. Exhale, on the ground. And then take your right hand either onto your right shin, onto the right foot, or take your block outside the right ankle and bring your hand onto your block. And then you're going to use the left hand to pull your left shoulder back. Trikonasana, triangle. Bring your left hand towards the sky, looking up towards that left thumb. Find your balance here. Press your hips towards the left side of your mat as well. And then if there's a little bit more space on your exhalation, you're guiding your right hand down the leg. We'll take 1 more breath here. And then look towards your right big toe. Take your hands to frame the right foot, either on the ground or on your blocks. And we're going to sweep our left leg towards the sky for standing split. So lifting that left leg high to the sky. Chin tucks in towards the chest. If you'd like to take one hand, your right hand onto your right leg, using it to help fold over the right leg. So every time we fold, our heart space, our head comes down to our right toes towards the mat. And every time we exhale, we're taking our tummy towards the right leg. And maybe there's a little bit more space for our left leg to kick its way up towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. You got it. Take a breath in, and then we're going to send our left foot towards the outside of our right foot. So bring it down towards the back, and then crisscross it behind so it ends up the outer right arch. Take a breath in, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. You can have a bend in your knees, readjust the feet as needed. Maybe take your hands onto your blocks if you wish. Press your right big toes and your left big toe. Both big toes into the mat. And we fold. So I always find it quite nice to wiggle my hips from side to side in this forward fold. Just like any forward fold, we're bringing our tummy towards the tops of our legs. Heart space is leading the way instead of our head. And then when you feel ready, let's uncross the legs. Take a breath in, lift up halfway again. Take a breath out, take your hands towards the ground. Step or jump back into plank. Take a breath in plank and then travel down all the way or halfway. Untuck your toes, find your back bend of choice. Roll your heart space off the ground or away from the ground. And then finding downward facing dog. So readjust the feet as needed. Push your mat forward with your hands. And let's get ready to come on to those poses on the other side. So left leg sweeps towards the sky, breathing in, lifting it high to the sky. On your exhale, knee to nose, look forward in between the hands. Step that left foot there. Right heel is off the ground. We're going to stay here in our high lunge for a couple more. So send the hips down towards the ground. You can also use your blocks here on the floor underneath your hands, lifting your heart space forward. And exhale, send your hips back towards the floor. Let's get lighter with the hands, heavier with the feet. Hands sweep up towards the sky. We're lifting your upper body up. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your right knee towards the ground, bending it. Tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop it down. Fire. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Well done. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, lean forward, arrowhead. And then lighter on that back foot. Maybe your hands stay overhead. Maybe you bring them towards your heart space. Slide your right foot towards the left heel. And then slowly take your right foot off the ground for Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So either, again, you're pointing your right toes or flexing your right foot. Press out of that left hip. Find a drishti. Focus on that one point. Nothing else matters. Well done. Last 2 breaths here. Building strength in this left leg, in our core. Everything that's keeping us here secure, stable. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Step your right foot towards the back of your mat. Diagonally with that right foot. It's towards the right corner. And then straightening through the legs. Lifting yourself up. Sweep your hands back. Take a breath in. Exhale. Lean over the left leg. Find your balance. Folding forward. So inhaling, heart space towards the toes. Exhale, tummy towards the left leg. Pull your left hip towards the back of your mat. And then inhale, left toes come off the mat perhaps. On your exhale, send them back towards the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Last 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Well done. Inhale, lift. You got it. Exhale, drop. Take your left hand either onto your left foot, your shin, or onto your block towards the outside of your ankle. And then we're starting to take our right hand onto our right shoulder. Open our shoulder up towards the sky, back behind us. Lift your hand towards the sky. Open your hips out towards the right side as well. Feel that opening along your right side body. Use the hand on your leg or on your block to also help rotate your heart space towards the sky. And maybe if there's a little bit of space, you're feeding your left hand down the leg. Find your balance here. Look down towards your left big toe. Frame your front foot with your hands, blocks or on your mat, and then standing in your split, or come into your standing splits. Sweep your right leg up towards the sky, lifting it up as high up as it'll go. Maybe your left hand this time comes onto your ankle or the back of your calf, so you reach the right leg towards the ceiling, folding forward. Well done. Press and lift out of your left hip still. Take a breath in. We're going to step your right foot behind the back of your left heel and then towards the outside of that left foot. Take an inhale, lifting up halfway. Take an exhale, fold forward. Again, using your hands on the ground, on your shins, on your blocks, whatever feels the best for you. Press your big toes into the mat. Press your hips to the sky, tummy towards the legs, chin tucked in towards your chest. And then uncross the legs, step them beside each other. Take a breath in, lift up halfway. Take a breath out, fold forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway again. Exhale, come into your plank. Dig your knees down towards the ground. Step your right foot towards the outside of your right. Step your right foot in between the hands, finding your low lunge. So adjust your back knee. If you want to take it backwards, you can. Take a breath in, lifting your heart space forward. And then on your exhale, send your hips back. Maybe your toes come off the ground. Inhale forward into your low lunge. Exhale, send your hips back. Straightening into that right leg, half split. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale forward. Exhale back. If you wish, you can take your hands behind you towards the hips, off the ground. Once again, active half split, just like we practice with our active pyramid. Heart space leading the way, tummy down towards the right thigh. And then take your hands to frame your right foot again. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, right knee sweeps back. Tabletop. Same with the left side. Bring the left foot in between the hands. Inhale for your low lunge. And then exhale, send your hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Well done. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Maybe your hands stay there. Maybe you take them backwards. Heart space forward on your inhale. Tummy down on your exhale. Well done. Find your balance here. You got it. Take your hands towards the ground. Inhale, back to center, back to low lunge. And then take yourself into your hands and knees into tabletop. We're going to just cross our legs or move them to the side as we roll onto our bums. And then open your legs out as wide as they'll go. So you might like to turn on your mat. And you also might like to take a blanket underneath your bum, underneath your sit bones. Blanket or cushion, or even sit on the edge of your block or on the edge of your bolster. So opening our feet out as wide as they'll go. And then just starting to gently sway from side to side. So moving our upper body from side to side. Finding stillness when you feel ready to. And just staying here for a couple of breaths, allowing the body to adjust into this first seated position. You might even like to close down the eyes. You might already feel yourself relaxing and softening into it. Your body is saying, perfect, I'm safe here. I can relax into it. If you'd like to, starting to walk your hands forward a little bit. So again, tummy is going in the same direction as your hands, your heart space going in the same direction as your hands. So we're going to spend the longest time in this pose, just giving ourselves a chance to find our perfect spot, our sweet spot. If you wish, it's really helpful to use active stretching when we're training for or on our splits journey, on our Hanumanasana journey. So we can do our active splits in this pose as well, our active middle splits. Bringing yourself onto your fingertips. So you might already feel on the fingertips there's less weight on the hands, more weight on the legs. So you're using that strength to keep you in this position. Maybe see what it feels like to take one hand off the ground. See already you start to push down with the hips, down with the legs. Maybe your other hand comes off the ground as well. Just see what that feels like. You might even like to take the hands out towards the hips instead. So again, you're bringing your heart space towards the floor. Just going for as long as feels good for you. You might even like to take your hands onto your shins if it feels particularly intense or uncomfortable. So we're not looking to create pain or any real pulling sensations. We're looking to build strength and use the strength that we already possess to stretch the opposing muscles. So in this case, our hip flexors are really engaged and the backs of the legs, our hamstrings, are opening. So let's take 3 more breaths like this. Bring your hands down towards the ground, or you might like to walk them up the legs if you already have them on the legs. Perfect. And then we're going to just lean back, bend the knees. One knee at a time, move it towards the center of the legs. Well done. Perfect. And then come into your cross-legged seated position. Take your left hand behind you, your right hand onto your left knee. Lift up through your heart space and gentle twist towards the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center, straighten your legs. We're going to do a twist again. This time left knee bends, right leg is straight. Turn so that your left hand is behind you. And you can use your right hand, sweep it towards the sky, breathe in. Grab your left knee or bring your elbow towards the outside of it. If you want a deeper outer left hip stretch or opening, bring your left foot towards the outside of your right leg. You're again using it to help open out through the outer left hip area. Then look forward, unravel. Left leg straightens, right knee bends, again either on the inside of the left leg or the outside. Take your right hand behind you, maybe you lift your left hand towards the sky, and either bringing your arm wrap around the knee or towards the outside of the knee, your elbow, and continuing into that twist. Look forward, unravel. Take yourself onto your back. If you wish, you can take your knees towards your chest. Rock gently from side to side, massaging into your back body.
And then we'll find a Shavasana to cool down everything, to rest, to relax, to integrate the practice today. So take your blanket if you wish to. Bring your hands somewhere onto your body or beside you, whatever feels the best for you. Relaxing, softening into the ground. Just taking your time, sending thanks, sending love, support, patience, kindness to yourself, from yourself. We'll just start to deepen our breath. Maybe bringing some movement into your fingers, into your toes. You can perhaps bring your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then bend your knees, bring yourself over onto your right side or your left side, whatever you feel is calling you, spending a little bit of extra time there. This is our rebirth position. So we're starting to come back into the world, ready to face whatever it is that's going to meet us. Ready for anything, renewed, recharged. From here, starting to push yourself up, finding your seat, maybe keeping your eyes closed, or if you open them, closing them back down again. Join your palms in front of your heart space. Take a breath in. On your breath out, chin in towards your chest, down towards your hands, sending a thanks to your beautiful self, your strong, capable, open, patient, kind self. Thanking your mat, thanking your props for supporting your practice, this beautiful space that you get to practice in wherever you are. And the practice of yoga for being here, the teachers that have passed it down through the lineage, all the traditions, the culture, so that we can share and experience it together today. When you feel ready, blink your eyes open, raise your gaze. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful one, and I'll see you at our next practice.